Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to crochet step by step the raspberry stitch crochet hat. It's very easy to make and it's for boys and girls between 4 and 5 years. Now you can easily make it smaller or bigger from a newborn size and up to an adult size using standard hat size measurements and the stitch multiple of 2 for the raspberry stitch. In the description box below, I'll go ahead and leave you standard hat size measurements that I'm going to use to make this hat. So make sure to look there. And as always, if you prefer a written pattern, check out my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link to my Etsy shop up here on the right hand side and in the description box below. Thank you for your support. Okay, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the notifications bell. And remember, all of my tutorials are always in English and in Spanish. Thank you so much for watching. To begin, I'll be using this 5mm crochet hook, and today I'm using this bulky number 5 yarn. For the 4 to 5 year size, I used a total of 96 grams, which is about 158 yards, or about 144 meters. Depending on the size that you make, you may need less or more. And you can actually use any yarn weight with any hook size. Like I said, in the description box, I'll go ahead and leave you standard hat size measurements that you can use to make your hat for any size, any age. So make sure to look there. Now, the one we're going to make, like I said, is for 4 to 5 years. And for that, we need to make our base chain in multiples of 2, and we need to make sure that this chain measures the head circumference. So based on that, I have 52 chains here. This chain without stretching, it's measuring about 45.5 centimeters, which is about 18 inches. You can do the same thing if you're making your hat for any other size. Just measure for head circumference, and based on that, make your initial chain and make sure that it's in multiples of 2. So here to continue, the first thing that we need to do is we need to join in the round. So we're going to join to the first chain. Make sure that your chain is not twisted so that we can begin and make the brim. Insert your hook into the first chain. This is the front of the chain. Now make a slip stitch. Okay, now we're joined and our chain is not twisted. Okay, so now for the first row, we're going to chain 1, and into the same stitch where we did the slip stitch, I'm going to make a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Yarn over again, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. This is all we're going to do into each one of the chains, so continue like this and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row. I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, we have this chain here to the side, so we're going to insert our hook there, grab a loop and make a slip stitch. And this is how we're going to finish this first row. Now for row 2, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to make half double crochets, but our half double crochets are going to go into these loops that are on the very edge on this side. See, we have this loop, this loop, this loop, this loop. Each one of these loops is 1 half double crochet. Now we're going to begin here into the very same stitch where we just did the slip stitch. So yarn over, insert your hook into that stitch right there, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Again, yarn over, insert your hook, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Now this is all we're going to do for this second row. At the end of this second row, we're also going to have 52 half double crochets. See, we're just grabbing 1 loop. And in the front side, this is what it looks like. See, there's like a chain here that is forming like that. That's what we want. So continue like this for this second row, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row and I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, we're going to go here to the side of this chain space here and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish the second row. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to fold both sides like this. See, this is row 1 and this is row 2. So we're going to fold our brim like this. Now I'm going to pull this loop, insert my hook through this side here, right there, grab this loop, bring it through the front like this, chain 1, and then make a half double crochet into the same stitch here. So yarn over, insert your hook through both sides here, grab a loop, 3 loops in the hook, close. This is our first half double crochet. Now from here on, you're going to insert your hook through this side here, but first you're going to yarn over, insert your hook through this side and through the back, through the next stitch, through 2 of the loops. Grab a loop, 3 loops, close. One more time, yarn over, insert your hook through this side and then through the back, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Now if you line them up together like this, it's easier to just insert your hook through both sides like this. See, right there. Continue like this for this row. At the end of this row, we're going to have 52 half double crochets. I'll meet you at the end of this row to show you what we need to do next, and this is what it looks like. Okay, I'm here at the end of this third row and I have a total of 52 half double crochets. Now to finish, insert your hook here at the end and make a slip stitch. And this is how we finish this third row, and this is what our brim of our hat looks like. Now the right side of the hat is going to be this for me. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to chain 1 and turn. Now the stitch that I'm going to use to make this hat is the raspberry stitch. So to begin, into this very first stitch that we see here to the side, we're going to go in and make a single crochet. Again, we're going to go into the same stitch and make a double crochet. And then again, we're going to go back into the stitch and make a single crochet. This is how you make the raspberry stitch. So it consists of a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet into the same stitch. Now to make your next raspberry stitch, skip 1 half double crochet and into the next, go in and make a single crochet, make a double crochet into the same stitch, and a single crochet. Here's our second raspberry stitch. Now again, skip 1 half double crochet and into the next, make a single crochet, a double crochet, and single crochet into the same stitch. And our raspberry stitch are forming on the other side. See, there's a little bumps. So that's why we decided to, well, I decided to keep this as my right side. See? So now you're just going to continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this first row and I have a total of 26 raspberry stitches. So here to finish, we're going to insert our hook here on top of this first stitch right there. Grab a loop. I have 2 loops on the hook. Insert your hook into the third stitch. See, we have 1, 2, 3. So insert your hook there, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. This is how we're going to start now the second row. We're only going to do this like this at the beginning of this row, since once we finish the second row, you'll notice that we don't have to do anything like this. It's just going to be a continuous round from here on. So here, into the same stitch here, or the same space here, I'm going to make a double crochet and a single crochet. And here's the first raspberry stitch to our second row. Now I'm going to put a stitch marker right here into this first raspberry stitch for the first row. So right there. That's going to mark the beginning of the row. Now here I'm going to continue making raspberry stitches, and we're going to make them between each raspberry stitch. If you count your stitches, it's going to be into the third stitch. So 1, 2, 3, right there. Insert your hook right here, make a single crochet, then make a double crochet, then a single crochet into the same stitch. Again, we're going to go between each raspberry, 1, 2, 3, right there, make a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. This is all we're going to do all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this second row. Up to here I have 25 raspberry stitches. Now I need to make one more for this row, so we're going to go here. If you notice, there's a space there, so into this space between this first raspberry stitch from the second row and this last, right there, right in the middle, make your single crochet, then a double crochet, then a single crochet. And this is how we finish the second row. Now for the third row, we're going to count 1, 2, 3 into the space between each raspberry stitch. Insert your hook and make a single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet. Now again, jump to the next space. If you're counting stitches, it's the third one. 1, 2, 3. Insert your hook there, make a single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Now from here on, it's the same thing. We're going to repeat. So continue like this, and I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end, and from here on, we're just going to continue in a continuous round doing the same thing. A single crochet, a double crochet, and a single crochet between each raspberry stitch. And if you're counting your stitches, it's into the third stitch right here, single crochet, double crochet, single crochet. Okay, so continue like this until it measures about 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters. I think it's going to be about 13 rows. Now, if you're making your hat for any other size using standard hat size measurements, you're going to continue like this until you have about 2 inches left from the total height. Once we have those 2 inches left, you're going to switch to a smaller hook size so that we can shape the crown of the hat. And we're going to do that for about an inch. You can go down a full hook size or half a hook size if you're using any other hook size. And after that, for the remaining inch, we're going to make decreases and then close the top of the hat. The decreasing part is the same for all sizes. Okay, I made a total of 13 rows, so I counted this first row up to this last row here. It's 13 rows and it measures, let's see, it's close to 6 inches, which is about 15 centimeters. Okay, so now what we're going to do is using a 4mm crochet hook here, we're going to make a couple rows using this hook. This is going to start to shape the crown because it's going to reduce the top a little since we're using a smaller hook. With the yarn that I'm using, I am able to use the 4mm crochet hook and do this next part just like I would with a bigger hook. Now if you're having a hard time, then try using a 4.5mm crochet hook instead. This is really just to reduce this part a little by making the stitches a bit smaller. So this is all I'm going to do all around. One thing here, we're going to put a stitch marker right here into this very first stitch right there. This is so that I know that this is the beginning of the row using this hook. So I recommend that you put a stitch marker right there. So continue like this. We're going to do this for about 3 rows. So I'll meet you at the end of the third row to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of the 6th row. I know I told you to only make 3 rows, but I decided to add 3 more rows. Now it's measuring, let's see, from this last row down here, it measures, let's see, it's about 18 centimeters or 18.5 centimeters, which is about 7.25 inch. Okay, now here, what we're going to do is we're going to make single crochets into the spaces where we would make the raspberry stitch, but now we're only going to make a single crochet. This is going to now reduce the crown a bit further. So just continue like this all around making single crochets. I will meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end of this row of single crochets. Up to here I have 25 single crochets. Now what we're going to do here is I'm going to make 1, 2 single crochets, and into the next we're going to work a stitch reduction. So insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next single crochet, grab a loop, 3 loops, close. Okay, so again we're going to repeat single crochet, single crochet, and into the next two, insert your hook, grab a loop, insert your hook into the next, grab a loop, 3 loops on the hook, close. Continue like this all around. I'll meet you here at the end to show you what we need to do next. Okay, I'm here at the end. This is where the second row starts, so I'm going to go into this stitch here and make a single crochet into the next, and then work a stitch reduction here. Okay, and this is all we're going to do now here. I'm going to pull this loop, tie my yarn like this, and this is how we finish this part here. I cut my yarn and I left a pretty long tail. Now we're going to weave this yarn around this hole here so that we can close this hole and finish our hat. So here I'm just going to pass this yarn through this needle, and we're going to go around. I'm going to skip 1 single crochet and into the next, insert my needle, skip 1 and into the next. I'm going to do this all around. Skip 1 and into the next, skip 1 and into the next. Skip 1 and into the next, insert your needle. Skip 1 and into the next, skip 1, and this part here is done. Now what we're going to do is, this is the wrong side, so pull your yarn and close. Okay, now with this loop that we left, I can now tie my yarn here like this. I'm going to remove the stitch marker. I'm going to turn this to the right side. So here's our finished hat. I'm going to go ahead and add a pom-pom, so I'll leave you pictures at the end of the video so that you can see what it looks like.